everyone. I'm Barbara Ham-Lee. Wow, we shall never forget the year 2020. So much has happened. The coronavirus pandemic, massive unemployment, racial unrest, a president who refuses to concede the election, and we still have 3 weeks or so until 2021. But despite the turmoil, there is hope, and that's our plan for today's show. Our Another View Roundtable pundits are here to share stories of holiday traditions from their childhood and their Santa wish list for America. Call us with your favorite holiday memory at 440-2665 and share some joy. Another View will be right back after this news from NPR.
Discussing today's topics from an African-American perspective, this is Another View.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Another View. I'm Barbara Ham-Lee. A couple of announcements before we get to our illustrious roundtable for this month's conversation. First of all, if you are unemployed or underemployed because of COVID-19, Tidewater Community College has some opportunities for you, but you have to jump on this now because the deadline is December the 14th. So you may qualify for a training voucher for up to $3,000 to cover the full cost for career training or a semester of spring classes. Funding is limited, so you want to get started today. There's up to $1,500 for the Fast Forward training program, up to $1,500 for part-time students, and up to $3,000 for full-time students. You must be in either early childhood education, healthcare, information technology, manufacturing, public safety, or skilled trades in order to be eligible. You have to be a Virginia citizen. You have to have filed for unemployment benefits on or before or after August 1st, and you lost your full-time job because of COVID-19 and currently earn less than $15 an hour. And there's some other requirements. So you want to go to tcc.edu/REV as in Victor. tcc.edu/REV. And there you will find additional information. You can go to TCC's website. There's plenty of information there. But the enrollment deadline is December the 14th. So if you find yourself in this situation, there is help out there, and hopefully you can take advantage of it. I'd like to also invite all of you listening right now to join us next Thursday. We're going to be finding our roots WHRO style. Lisa Godley, our producer, and myself have been working with the genealogist. We don't know what she's going to tell us, but we're going to reveal it next Thursday evening at 6:30. There's a virtual program starting at 6:30. It is free to register. If you go to whro.org/events and click on the link there, you can register and join us. We'll be watching a episode of Finding Your Roots with Henry Louis Gates, and then we also have a genealogist on. We have someone from the African American Historical Society, and we also will have a woman who actually has traced her roots and find out what's going on. So the show next Thursday will be tips on how to start your process, what you need to do, and what you should do with the information once you find it out. Then that evening at 6:30, we will actually have the reveal where Lisa and I will find out about our family roots. So you might want to join us, and we'll find out along with the rest of you what's going on. Go to whro.org/events and please sign up. It's free, so we hope to see you there. So, I just love this season, being thankful for my blessings on Thanksgiving Day and every day, and then right into the Christmas season with the holiday parties, shopping, family gatherings, and the creation of so many memories. Things will be different this year because of the pandemic, but no one can snatch away our memories of past holiday seasons or prevent us from creating new memories. I'm excited to hear from our Another View Roundtable pundits as they share some holiday joy for a change. Alvean Lyons is known as Virginia's relationship expert, and she's also a radio host on Hampton University Radio, WHOV-FM. Hey, Alvean.
Hi, Hi, everybody. I'm so excited. We're finally in December.
Yes.
This year is almost behind us, guys. We made it.
Absolutely. Daun Hester keeps the books as Norfolk City Treasurer. Hey, Daun, how you doing?
I am wonderful. Glad to be with everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us. Carol Pretlow is all about sharing her knowledge as professor of political science at Norfolk State University. Carol, how are you? Carol, can you hear us? Carol, can you hear me? Okay, we'll try to get Carol back on. We'll find out what's going on with her. And then Allison Moore is the hardest working woman I know. Clean comedian, entrepreneur, television talk show host, podcaster. Did I get it all?
You did, but I wonder if the viewers can hear. It's like an echo. Can you hear that?
No, you sound fine on my end. You hear an echo?
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds not an echo, but like a ring. Like, eh. And the other ones are saying on Zoom they can't hear me.
Oh, there it is. I just heard
But
it.
if the viewers can hear me, hey, y'all, I love y'all.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, we will try to figure out what's going on audio-wise with that because, and I really want to talk to Allison because you have some really good news to share with us, don't you?
Yes, I do. Now, I'm excited about you saying that I'm a hard worker. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. But yes, so I got my show, the More Laughing in the Morning show on Sky 4, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Barbara, you definitely inspired me. All of you ladies have inspired me. We made it to the end of the season 2 on TV, Queen.
Oh, wow. That is fantastic.
So we are very
Congratulations.
Proud of that. And that's been quite the journey, me trying to be a TV producer, but I'm really proud of that.
That is fantastic. Okay, hold on a second. We're going to try to figure out what's going on with our audio. Is that going through everybody's at this point, Todd? Do we know? Okay. All right. Well, then let's go ahead and get started on some of our holiday memories. And we're going to work on Allison and Carol's audio before while we talk with our other pundits. So, Alvean, you can't hear us either? Okay, Alvean. And Daun, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, then I got one person I can start talking to while we figure out the rest of these problems. You know what?
Okay, Allison can hear too.
Okay, good. That's the dawn of. Okay, we're coming to you, Alvean. We'll get to you. Hopefully, you can see me. But that's the beauty of live radio. You know what? Sometimes it happens, and we just got to roll with it until we can fix it. So, Daun, tell me about a favorite childhood memory, because I wanted to talk today about some positive things. We've had so many things going on, and I just wanted to break the cycle and talk about something good for a change.
Okay. Well, I have, of course, wonderful, thank the Lord, childhood memories, and even as a 65-year-old, every year at Christmas time is a happy time. And so I am even grateful in this pandemic Christmas season that we're going to be living through, that we are here, those of us who are here, to be able to live through it. Yeah. And so I'm grateful for that. But one of my favorite times, my parents were both educators. Mm-hmm. So, we dealt with the basics. And, back then, just like now, educators didn't make a lot of money. And so my parents did not buy me the most fashionable stuff, when everything, whatever was in season, whatever was in style, I didn't necessarily have it. So I took a home ec class and learned how to sew. My aunt used to sew. And the year I got my sewing machine is the one I remember probably the most. That was so exciting. But then I could make my own stuff, and I could make my bell-bottom pants and all of that. And so, so I don't sew now.
I was getting ready to ask you, do you still sew?
I can. I just recently let go of the sewing machine that I had that was still in good condition. Yeah, I can sit down to a sewing machine and sew. That, I can do that. But I am just, I still have the picture of me hugging the sewing machine because I was so excited.
That is fantastic. Absolutely.
You know, it's simple things that give you joy.
That bring you joy.
A lot of happiness.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Let me invite our audience to join us also because we want to hear your favorite holiday memories. 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. Give us a call. Let us know some of your favorite holiday memories as we move forward. Alvean, what about you? You have some good memories?
I had some excellent ones, but they weren't really about a specific thing that I got, which I will totally admit to you all, and you may totally think I'm a Christmas pooper about this, but like when I realized how little I remember of the things that were bought for me, it actually guides the way that I raised my own kids. We don't actually really buy Christmas presents at all. And we did when they were small, but we stopped probably about when everybody hit like age 10, 12, like we were done with Christmas presents at that point.
I want
because they could never tell me what I bought last year. Like they had no idea what I bought.
I got to tell you, Allison is giving you the side eye.
No, not at all.
Yeah, like,
I can do that?
I killed that when they were 10, 12 years old. Killed it. Done. You know, like, so Christmas is not allowed to be about material things. We decided very early on that Christmas was going to be about experiences and memories created. And I'm not going into debt for Christmas for you to be able, and I'm paying for it all year long, and you can't even remember what I bought for Christmas? Like, no, I'm not doing it. So like we cut that out a long time ago. But we, as kids, I grew up in Long Island, New York. It snowed during Christmas. So my favorite memories are sledding down. In New York, there are lots of hills. So Long Island, where I grew up, there were hills everywhere, and you could like snowboard down these hills. So all of our neighbors knew when we all came outside, don't even bother to try to drive up this hill. You know, like the hill is useless. Find another way, because all the kids are coming down this hill on their bellies on these sleds or standing up on these sleds. We thought we were in like Nantucket somewhere. We were really like, this is Vermont.
You know what? I gotta share.
Favorite.
I gotta share this with you then. So when my very first time riding a sled in Baltimore, coming down those hills in the streets, and I rode with my girlfriend on the sled like 2, 3, 4 times. Like coming down, we were great. Except I never paid attention to the fact that the way you steer the sled was the piece, you know, in the front.
Yes.
And the time that I decided to come down on my own, about 3/4 of the way down, I ran head first into the bumper of a car on the sled. Yes. And I remember jumping up and screaming, "Mama!" And I'm sure I had a concussion that may continue to this day. But so I'm glad you have fond memories of sledding. That was kind of the end of it for me.
I love it. I mean, like, it's the one thing that I miss in Virginia is that we don't consistently get snow. I mean, like, you know, Virginia, you could have like 5 seasons in one day. So like you just, you know, started in winter, you ended in the Sahara. It happens all the time.
That's very true. That is very true. Carol, what about you? What do you have favorite holiday memories?
I think my favorite memory, I was about first grade, and of course my parents were into the Santa Claus thing, which I didn't really understand, and I remember sitting down with my parents and asking them, why did Santa Claus come down the chimney when the front door was there? And I said, and my dad said, well, it's a tradition. And I said, yeah, just leave the front door open, then he can come in the front door. And because we lived on a farm, there was no security thing going on. And they tried to, you know, bring it down and childhood me into it. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. First of all, you got the front door, you got the back door, and you got the door to the other farm unit. So I don't think he's thinking this through.
So you were the intellectual even then.
It didn't work. And my dad said, well, he could not give you anything at all. I said, well, that's okay. Could he just leave the money here? And, money works. So we had varying times like that, even through fourth grade, when I was like, you all are crazy. I don't understand why he's dressed up with a red outfit on. What does he do in Florida? What does he do in the tropics?
Way overanalyzing. Although, Carol, I have to tell you, I was talking with my husband last night, and he had a similar story. He said to his parents, I don't get it because we don't have a fireplace. So how can he come down the chimney? You guys overthink this thing way too much.
Well, ultimately, they gave up trying, and we spent a lot of times in Williamsburg because my dad was a waiter at John and Tavern, and so that he wouldn't miss anything. And I actually enjoyed it, staying in a hotel. I thought that was much better than staying at home and going to washing dishes and all of that.
Okay, Allison, what about you?
So I grew up in Hampton, Virginia, obviously, and I lived in a neighborhood with a lot of kids out there. So my childhood memories are all about or circled around us getting our toys and then going out and playing. It did not matter if it was 70 degrees, because we did have some 70 degrees Christmas days, or 12 degrees. It's flossing on who got more madness, huh? I remember the summer I got more madness. Not the summer, but the Christmas. I remember that was a game. That was real fun. That was the thing. I guess that was probably around maybe 92, 93, 94-ish. I might have been 10. I remember Operation, the board game Operation.
Yes, remember that.
Was the first time I almost had a house set on fire. I just didn't know that was prophetic. Okay. Full circle moment here. Fires have been following me all my life. Okay. All right, God, see what you're doing, God. And I remember when I got a bike. So I do remember. I remember some of the toys, even though I really appreciate. That's why I was looking like that when Alvean was talking. I was like, you know what, this is true. I do remember the gifts, but it was more so because they were associated with pain or whatever we had to fight with in the neighborhood. Yeah. But in the big totality piece, no, not so much. I really, as an adult, I want to do traditions. I don't have family traditions. And I used to be like, well, woe is me. I don't have any family traditions. Or like, I don't have a secret family recipe. And I used to ask women, for the house, can I have yours? And it would be like I was cussing at them. I was like, no, it is a secret. I'm like, I ain't going to tell nobody. I just want a secret. But, I just realized how much we can make our own traditions. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes, 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. What are some of your favorite holiday memories from your childhood? What are some traditions that you continue today with your family? Or have you, as Allison talked about, created your own memories? 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. That is a really good segue into are there things that you guys do now that you did when you were a child that you carried through by any chance? Anybody?
Yeah, not putting up a Christmas tree.
Putting up a Christmas tree.
I thought my mama was hating, but I realized I'm telling these kids now, you gonna be with your daddy during Christmas. We gotta put up a tree.
What about you, Alvean?
So the Christmas tree is a thing, So the only thing that did change is that we finally got tired of searching for Christmas trees way too late because we specialize in procrastination, and I don't like a skinny Christmas tree. I want a chubby Christmas tree.
Yeah, I like chubby Christmas trees too.
Yeah, it's got to be chubby. Your Christmas can't be emaciated. So I needed my big chubby calorie thick tree, and so we finally ended up getting a fake tree, but it's fantastic. It was like a floor model, and so I love my tree now, but it is a thing to put the tree up. And even though my girls are older, my girls are baby adults, they're in their very early 20s, because everybody knows I got married early, got married in college, so my kids is grown. But they're still funny about don't put up the tree without us here. They need us to be home when we put up the tree. My oldest still wraps herself herself in the lights. You know, this baby is 20-something. She's still wrapped in the lights. And I take a picture every year of her wrapped in the lights. And she's been in those lights since she was a little thing.
That's awesome. What about you, Dawn? Any traditions you carry through?
Just that we continue to eat.
Yeah.
So meals, fellowship around the table. We always do that. The family is always together on Christmas. Yeah.
My when we were growing up, my mother would make German chocolate cake for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, and for your birthday. Those are the 3 times of the year that you would get that cake, because she would make it from scratch. I mean, from melting the baker's chocolate to the fresh coconut, the whole 9. And she used to always say to my sister and I, y'all need to sit here and learn how to make this cake, because I'm not going to be here forever. And rest her soul, she's gone. And guess what? We don't know how to make the cake. I know. And you know what? And every Christmas morning, we would get up and we would open our presents, and then we would eat German chocolate cake and bacon for breakfast. That was our tradition.
Savory. People like that sweet savory. I mean, yeah. And kids, I can see that. The memory, the bacon, the salt. Tell the Lord to ask your mama to send us down the
Exactly.
I'm an entrepreneur queen.
The entrepreneur queen, have for real. What about you, Carol? Any traditions that you carry through?
Well, I wish I were a more traditional person. I used to buy Christmas trees, then they got to be expensive, and then getting them into the condo. So now, a friend asked the other night, where was my Christmas tree? And I said, all you do is look out the window, and there's nauticus in the tree, and you can see the tree in my living area, in my study, and in my bedroom, and it's well lit, and it's beautiful. Yeah, Merry Christmas to me. I don't have to cart it around anywhere.
440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. Judy joins us from Williamsburg. Hi, Judy. You're on the air.
Hi. Thank you so much for doing this. It's making me cry, though, and I don't cry very much.
Oh. Hopefully they're tears of joy.
Yeah, just sweetness of memories, when you're older and your family, most of it, the old heads are gone, and you're the old head. I am.
Yeah.
But anyway, one thing I want to say, traditions, I don't do this, but I remember it fondly. My grandmother, my mother, and I had identical twin uncles. I don't know if any of you remember the Common Glory that used to be in Williamsburg many years ago, outdoor drama, Paul Green's. But my uncles and my aunt were in that a lot, and taught at colleges, and they'd come home at the holidays. They'd have a long break. But my grandmother always cooked, the Smithfield ham, the real one, and she'd soak it for days and all this. And then the beauty of that was she could cut it paper thin, which is the way it tastes good.
Oh,
so that's a tradition. I've at times tried to do that, but I'm not good at cutting things paper thin. But the memory was my sister, who's now deceased, but she was 8 years older than me. And as a kid, I remember one Christmas she got a sled under the Christmas tree. And, of course, this Christmas tree was a cedar tree that was, my dad chopped down on my grandparents' land or something. Anyway, it was Christmas morning. There was that sled. But the beauty of it, what I was enthralled by, was it was loaded with books. She got books. She was older than me, and, I just thought, and we all love to read, but to have a whole sled full of books for Christmas, what a treat,
What a great memory, too. Absolutely. Well, Judy, we wish you a happy holiday and hope you stay safe, and thanks so much for listening.
Well, I wish you all the best. You're a great group of women, and it's really I've enjoyed this show so much.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate that. 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. We're talking about your holiday memories and the things that you passed on to your families today, the things that you continue. And if you're just joining us, we are sharing those holiday memories with the Another View Roundtable. Relationship expert Alvean Lyons, Norfolk City Treasurer Daun Hester, political science professor Carol Pretlow, and comedian and entrepreneur Allison Moore. 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. Mary joins us from Virginia Beach. Hi, Mary. You're on the air.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, doing great. How are you?
Good. I have something to share.
Great.
My husband and I lived in northern Japan for a couple of years. And during the heavy snow, which we had a lot of, we would go to this hill near a golf course, and we would take our toboggans with other couples that we knew. And two couples would get on each toboggan, and we would slide. Someone would push us off, and we'd go down that hill, which was located at the edge of the ocean. So we had to lean before we got too close to the bottom so we wouldn't end up in the water. And this was at night.
Wow.
So yes, there were lights out there, but it was such a thrill for grown-ups to get together and have the fun that we had with our children on their sleds during the day.
That is fantastic. I tell you what, I'm going to have to try this sled thing again, but I don't know, maybe not, because at my age, if I break something, it's going to be...
Oh, no, you can do it.
It's going to be major trouble. Thank you so much, Mary, for the memory. We really appreciate it, and Merry Christmas to you.
Happy holidays.
You too. 440-2665, 1-800-940-2240. Why is this so important, ladies, for us to have traditions? Why does it matter, Alvean?
I think that traditions, particularly in the way that our world is just changing before our eyes sometimes, and not always in the best kinds of ways, the traditions anchor us to the things that we love, the realization that we're not alone, because obviously many of those traditions are things that are created with family, with people that we've had incredible experiences with. And those incredible experiences, some might be good, some might be tough, but they're part of shaping who we are. And the more happy ones are, great touchstones for us. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's really important to create some of them, specifically positive ones, because anchoring to that positive is really important during tough times. And, 2020, if nothing else, taught us how much we need to lean on whatever we can find that is still very positive and still reminds us that there is good and that we are not by ourselves. And though we may be physically separated, we are always emotionally connected to the people that we love.
Good. You know what? Our producer, Lisa Godley, has a memory that she wants to share. I love it. Hi, Lisa.
I remember I think I was 8 years old. I got a doll called Drowsy. And she had a little pink with white polka dots, and she had this little Chinese haircut, and she looked like me. And she would say, "Mommy loves baby." I love Drowsy. So when I had my girls, I bought Drowsy for them, and they played with her for a little while, and, then they kind of put her up. And I saw the other day, Jordan was about to put her into Goodwill, and I snatched her up. She looked brand new. I set her on my dresser, and that's where she's sitting right now, my Drowsy doll.
So Drowsy got saved.
Drowsy was saved. This was a newer version. She didn't have a pull string like mine did. Just press her stomach. But she's sitting on my dresser right now. I said I'm saving her for grandchildren.
I remember those dolls with the pull string. I forgot about that. Dawn, you're clapping. I see you clapping. You remember that too, don't you?
I do remember the doll babies. And, I wasn't a doll baby person, but yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah. But that's just a nice memory. And you're right to save it for your grandchildren.
Absolutely.
Because it is still a tradition, that you can keep. And when you pass things down that are special to you, it makes a difference in the family.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And especially now. And the thing is also we can create family. Sometimes it's biological. Sometimes, and I'm looking at the relationship expert we have on our panel here. But Alvean, speak to that, because some people may not necessarily have good biological family connection, but that does not mean that you can't create family and build relationship.
You are 100% right. That family, I tell people all the time, I said, listen, family is both by love and by blood. And sometimes the family by love is even tighter with you than the family by blood, like in that. And there's nothing wrong with that. This notion that, I have to be loyal to you, connected to you because we share blood. But if you haven't had my back at any point in my life, how am I expected to feel more invested in you than someone who has sacrificed, been there for me, had me, no matter, what ups and downs we have been through. And so even this Thanksgiving, because of course all of us had to be responsible and our social distancing and not having, big get-togethers and the like. One of my best friends lives in the neighborhood with me, and, her family has had some medical challenges themselves. So they've had to be very, very responsible, in terms of, taking care of themselves and doing their due diligence. And, I have, as I've said before, I have a son with juvenile diabetes. So, we have to be very diligent about, what it is that we're doing as well. So we got together and, just a small, intimate group of folks, and we had a wonderful time just playing little board games and enjoying each other. And that's not blood that connects us, but my God, if anybody ever came for her, you're going to have to come through me, because truly, I love her. And if I love you, you are not to be trifled with, So I say that to say that we get to, there's the family we come from and there's the family we come to. And we need to recognize that we have both of those things in our lives. What was not given to us naturally, we absolutely have the power to create, and we should choose to do so. Absolutely. And it will carry you through your lives, whether that's children that you adopt or whether those, siblings that you create. It does not have to come through your bloodline in order to feel truly fulfilled.
Absolutely. 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. Renee joins us from Hampton. Hi, Renee. You're on the air.
Hi. I just wanted to give a Christmas memory. When I was 18, my sister revealed to me that my older sister, revealed to me that she was the one sending the Santa letters to me. Now, I treasured Santa. I just knew there was a Santa. But she told me on the 18th, Christmas when I was turning 18, and our tradition is we can open a gift at 12 midnight. So as I opened my gift, she had all of my letters there. And I'm like, why did you tell me? I wanted to believe it. At 18.
Wow.
So that was just a memory that I remembered. I wanted to share with you guys that, yes, I did believe in Santa for a long time.
Well, you know what? And you're allowed to continue to believe in Santa if that's what you choose to do. Yeah. Thanks so much, Renee, for the call. We really appreciate it. Happy holidays to you.
You too. Thank you.
Let's go to Lacey in Portsmouth. Hi, Lacey. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, ladies. Thank you. I just wanted to share a Christmas memory and a tradition that I hope to keep alive with my kids. I'm one of 5 kids, and my mom created so many magical traditions around Christmas. She's a very magical lady. But one of my favorites is that on Christmas morning, all 5 of us kids would be crowded around the staircase, ready to run down the stairs to the Christmas tree. But we had to wait until my mom seated herself at the piano and played us a Christmas song. And I do believe she took her time to get over there to kind of keep the anticipation going. But I don't play piano myself, but I do. My kids have to wait until the Christmas music starts playing before they can come out and get their presents.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful memory. That is fantastic. 440. Thank you so much for that call, Lacey. We really appreciate that. So what other kind of memories do you guys have or other traditions that you have started? Allison, what are you doing with your kids? Have you started any traditions?
So what had happened was I was gonna start this year. They're on it. So I just said I'm gonna do some traditions. So no, yeah, this year though we are we're just gonna start making food. Like my oldest son, he likes to cook, and my daughter does too. So we said this year we're gonna try our hand at doing some. If nobody give me a recipe, I'm gonna either kill my kids with poison, or I'm gonna have my own. Okay, and we'll know that because you'll know that because I'll be selling it by 8 months. If it's good, give me a minute. Well, give me 18 more months because Black Please took a little bit longer than what I thought it was gonna take for the day on coffee, which will be here in 2 weeks.
Ah,
so
that's
I
right.
think we're gonna do like we said we were gonna do. Yeah, it'll be here. So we're gonna do like I'm excited about homemade apple pie. I'm gonna do it. All by myself. Yeah, I didn't ask for that. And yeah, my daughter said we're gonna make some pickle. I don't know. We're just gonna cook.
You're just gonna cook.
We're gonna try to make some stuff and see if we can make a family recipe.
That's great. That is a great idea. I love that idea. And Dawn, you can share some recipes with her if she needs it, can't you?
Well, I do have my aunt's recipe for pound cake.
Oh.
I don't cook it. My cousin fixes them. But I love pound cake. But I do have that. So that is a tradition in the family. My aunt used to make those for all of us. And last year, my cousin Vicky started doing it. So we have told her that every year now she has got to fix the pound cake and share it with all of us. So I do have that recipe to share. I will probably never make it in my life, but I have it.
But you have it. There you go. So I want to get you all's response to this because we had a caller. He was too angry, apparently, to stay on the line. And he said that we had 3,000 people to die overnight with COVID, and he can't believe that we are, quote, wasting time talking about Christmas memories. And I would really like to get your response to that because we are not ignoring the fact that we have had death. We know that, but we also have to be hopeful and look forward. Allison, I'll let you start.
Yeah, so he's right. I mean, that's tragic and it's hard. And I just really didn't feel like crying today on this episode. So I thought that this was a great idea to bring some joy. I'm a live entertainer. I've been unemployed since March. This has been very hard for me. My family dynamic has changed, so I get it. But I was really looking forward to having this audience that we've been journeying with this year and over the last couple of years, and just being able to really serve them with something positive. Because we be taking people on a journey, honey. We take them through, especially our white friends that's trying to come on here. We be taking them through. So I was excited about us coming together in love and unity.
Alvean?
I totally agree with Allison that there's just, and I'm sorry guys, the chuckle is because we can see each other.
Yes.
So like we can see each other's passion around the things that, that we're talking about. And so I 100%, certainly in terms of my work and in terms of mental health support, therapeutic support, even, dealing with depression and anxiety for some of my clients, what is still true, no matter how difficult a moment is to find the thing that gives you hope. So it does not serve any of us well to orient from a perspective of pure hopelessness, that all we focus on is what we've lost. Most of us, because I have buried loved ones, not because of COVID, but I've lost, one of my best friends to cancer just last year. Mm. And I know what it's like to lose someone. But I will tell you that the comfort is in celebrating her life. And if I spend all of my time thinking about what I lost rather than the relationship and the love that I gained when I had her, it would have been a disservice to the memory of our relationship. Mm-hmm. So I do think that there's enormous value in us being able to highlight the beauty that still exists despite the storm. Yeah. That is the thing that reminds people to one more day. There are people out here right now who are struggling with suicide ideations, who are wondering if there is any light left. And it is our responsibility to remind people that there is still light and that there has been light. And for that, I understand his feeling and I don't undervalue it in any way. But I am unapologetic about the fact that I want to remind people that there is still light so that they can keep going.
Yeah. Carol?
Wow. I feel the same way for a number of reasons. I have lost a number of my family from cancer, and my mother passed shortly before the Christmas that was my first Christmas at Norfolk State. And I still hear her voice and her smiles and the people who supported me, because during that time I was new to Norfolk State. And then to have students and faculty and a whole community of people who really didn't even really know me to say, come on, girl, we're going to party, or come on, and bringing me stuff to my house. And to this day, whenever I feel down, and this is a painful period sometimes to me, I think of the smiles and I think of the joy and the laughter and the funny moments, even with my students when I'm angry with them, that they take a more positive note and say, okay, Professor, calm down. And I'll say, well, I'm the grown person in the room. And they'll say, but you're not acting grown, so calm down. So, yeah, I see the pain that all of us have experienced, but the joy of sharing these moments is important to me.
Dawn?
Well, first I want to thank the caller for sharing.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the things that we all need to do as we move forward is to learn how to listen to other people's hearts and emotions. So I do thank him for sharing. This is going to be my first Christmas without my mama. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know how I'm going to be feeling. I think I did okay with Thanksgiving. And I know my mama is in a better place than where I am right now as far as this earth is with this COVID. However, I'm grateful that the Lord has me still here so that I can do things. And so today is probably the most laughter that I have had since COVID hit. And I am thoroughly enjoying it because it is a release for me and the tension in my body for trying to make sure I take care of my staff and make sure that they're safe, because we still have to go into the office and work and serve and collect, for the city. Mm-hmm. I am just... So this has been relaxing for me. And so I'm glad that we are laughing. I hope that the caller can find something to at least smile about or to find some peace within, because we still have a long way to go with this virus that's out here in the air and all of the misinformation and lack of information that's being presented. So we have a long way to go. I say mask up, wash your hands, and stay as safe as you can until we get to getting the vaccine, because we got a long way to go even for that.
Yeah.
But laugh. It makes you feel better.
Allison, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, because Dawn said this is the first time that she's laughed this long. So I'm feeling away like, so you just didn't want to come to my page at all and never look at none of my stuff. Like, lady, you cannot. Don't take that from everybody who was on this call to just listen to her. She did not mean to say that. She got an old comedian right here to sing. I say I'm corny. Well, you ain't gonna mess with my self-esteem. Baba, move on.
Okay.
Move on.
You know, I love you, Allison. But I don't take time. I don't take time. Make time.
Yeah.
That's what I don't do, is make time for that. Because I'm working. Then when I get home, I'm still working. And then I'm resting and trying to get my mind ready for the next day.
Yeah.
And so, no, I don't do any of that. So, yeah, I'm missing it, Allison. I know you got it out there. But
I got the most laughing in the morning show, so you can wake up and laugh. I'm right here struggling. I got welfare TV production, and you talking about I don't. What? You ain't what?
All right, you two. We'll settle this offline. But I do want to say to the caller, I am the one, along with our producer Lisa Godley, who determines our show topics. And quite frankly, we thought that it would be time for some laughter and an opportunity for all of us to just kind of let go for a change. I mean, yes, we could have talked about everything that's happening in the world today. There's some craziness that's going on, and I don't even want to get into into that because I don't want to mess up the mood in terms of this show. But I did want to address you, sir. I'm sorry you hung up. I really would have loved to have talked to you directly, but we hope that you hear us. Let's go talk to David in Norfolk. Hi, David. You're on the air.
Hello, Miss Hamley. How you doing today?
I'm great. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good.
My mother, who you knew well, must have compared notes because she, too, made German chocolate cake, both for Christmas and my birthday.
I'm telling you, that was special.
And she took the recipe with her to the grave, too.
Wow. See, so you didn't learn it either.
I asked her, but I couldn't get it out of her. She used the baker. She made it from scratch and used the baker's chocolate bar, whatever you call it.
Yep.
That's all I know.
I mean, it was a production just to go to the grocery store to buy all the ingredients to put into this cake. It was pretty special. I appreciate the call. Thanks so much, and happy holidays to you. Okay, let's go to Sharon in Norfolk. Hi, Sharon. You're on the air.
Hi, it's good to be with you all, and it is good to laugh. It is good to remember the good times as I think about not being able to be together with family for this Christmas.
Yeah.
But my memories are about, we lived in the area where both set of grandparents were there, and we would shake the Christmas tree. Now, it wasn't a literally shaking of the tree. What it meant is that we would wake up in our houses, our own house, open our gifts, and then we would go to the grandparents' house, and the youngest of all the cousins would get to shake the Christmas tree, which was pick a gift, read the names, and give it to the person. And when we got finished that, we'd go to the other grandma's house with all the cousins, and we would shake that tree. Those memories of shaking the tree just gave me hope that we're going to do it again one day. We're going to shake that tree again as a family.
Absolutely. That is a fantastic memory. Thank you so much, Sharon, for sharing that, and happy holidays to you. We appreciate it.
You also.
Okay, we got, guys, our phone lines are lit up, so I'm going to take a couple more calls. Let's talk to Harley in Norfolk. Hi, Harley. You're on the air.
Hi there.
Hi.
Thanks for taking my call. I wanted to call and support your lighthearted approach to today's show. I was telling the person that answered the phone that I have a COVID pod. We've spent the entire summer together, but early on during the pandemic, I put a rule down and said we cannot talk about COVID because we're all so informed, so saturated, taking precautions. And when we get together, it was just yet another form of talking about COVID. And I put a rule down and said, no more. We're here to have fun and relax and find some light and some joy in our life. And I appreciate that you're doing that on your show today. Thank you so very much, Harley. We appreciate your call of support. Thank you very much. And you have a happy holiday. Thank you. Love your show. All right. Absolutely. Thank you. All right, ladies. So here's the question. What is your Santa list for America? What do you want Santa to bring to America as we are coming down to the last 6 minutes of the show? So I'm going to start. I don't know where Carol went. Carol, are you still with us?
I'm still with you. Okay. I had to move away from the desk.
Oh, okay.
Wow. My wish for America is that we go back to being the America that I grew up with. Yes, we have differences politically and economically and socially, but we managed to get through because we listened to the other side. And we might not agree, but listening and having the persona that we are all Americans and we're all going to bring ourselves together to accomplish the goals that we have set. That's my Christmas wish. Thank you so much. That is Carol Pretlow. She is a political science professor at Norfolk State University. Don't hang up, Carol. Just wrapping things up here. Dawn, what's on your Christmas list for America?
Listening was one of mine as well, but I have a lot. Calm, peace, employment opportunities to expand for people, raise the minimum wage to at least $15 an hour. Everybody has some health insurance. I got a long list, Santa. Citizens will do better trying to take care of their bodies and their health, that we're going to eat better. The importance of saving money so you can be prepared in hard times. My list is long. There's a lot for us to do. Okay, I'm going to have to cut you off there, though. Love each other. To love each other. That is Norfolk City Treasurer Daun Hester. Thank you so much, Dawn. We appreciate you. Allison, what is your
Christmas list for America?
Economic equality. I am tired of this season. Economic economy. Equality, yes. It should be more equality economically.
Okay. All right. That is Allison Moore, who is about to launch her coffee line called blackpleasecoffee.com. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much, Allison, for joining us. And Alvean, you are going to get the last word, I believe.
I wish for America that we would live the rhetoric that if we're going to call ourselves the United States of America, that we will be exactly that, that to care for my neighbor, to recognize that I am my brother's keeper, that for them to do well is for me to do well, that I am not losing something by somebody finally gaining something, that I am not giving up something for someone else to have what it is that he or she deserves, that we are in this thing together. And if we recognize that we're on the same boat, then none of us need to be shooting holes at the bottom of the boat that we're all on. So I want to see America stop being blue America versus a red America, but rather truly the United States of America, and that we finally see our country begin to live up to the promise that's inherent in its existence.
It's fantastic. That is Alvean Lyons. She is Virginia's relationship expert. So, ladies, this is our final roundtable of 2020. What do you think? Have you had fun?
Yes. And this is our third year together, our group.
This is the third year together, our group.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I've grown so much, especially this year with you all. You got me through COVID. You kept me educated. You leveled me up. It was rough, but thank you all. Thank you, Barbara. You're the queen. You are literally a media giant, and I'm just so grateful to be able to just glean from you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I appreciate that. But you bring joy and laughter, and you're going to send Daun links to all of your shows.
Yes, the more laughing and running show. The more laughing and the running show. Y'all ain't got to wake up depressed, and I'm not talking about COVID stuff. And if you see a mask, it's only because I'm trying to keep the people around me safe.
Absolutely. Well, ladies, I want to thank each of you for participating. You give up an hour or more of your life every month to be a part of our roundtable discussion. You bring such insight to topics and things that are going on in our world, and I am truly grateful. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
You guys.
And Merry Christmas to you guys, and Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. And we will see you in January. And I want to also thank our listeners for sharing your holiday memories with us today. And if you'd like to hear this show again or share it with a friend, please visit our website, anotherviewradio.org, and download the podcast. We're on Facebook, so you can like us, and I'm on Twitter at Barbara Ham Lee. So again, next week on Another View, Tracing Your Roots WHRO style. We'll show you how to trace your family history and may even drop a few hints about the genealogy of Lisa Godley and yours truly in the process. Don't forget to register for our virtual conversation on next Thursday evening at 6:30 when our full family histories will be revealed. Go to whro.org/events to register. And I again want to remind you that if you are looking for help in terms of being unemployed because of COVID-19, TCC has some monies available for training and for your education. Please go to tcc.edu/REV in order to sign up. You must be enrolled by December the 14th. Our theme music was composed and performed by Jay Sennett. Lisa Godley is our show producer. Todd Washburn is our audio engineer, and Dr. Barry Graham answered our phones. I'm Barbara Ham Lee. We're still in the pandemic, y'all. So remember, wash your hands frequently, stay 6 feet apart, wear your mask, and join us again next Thursday at noon for Another View.